morning. Today is Monday, January 20th, and we do have two birthdays today. Today is determined Jessica's birthday. So Jessica, you get a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jessica. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Jacqueline's birthday. So Jacqueline, you get a song too. It's not just Jessica's birthday, it's yours too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacqueline. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's a cold day today. It's really cold outside. We did get a little dusting of snow during the night. Covered up the snow that Jim had shoveled yesterday, so he has to get out there again. He has a doctor's appointment this morning, so he's not home right now. But it's Monday. It's the start of a new week. I think it really doesn't matter what day of the week you weigh in. I think that everybody has the mentality, well, it's Monday, it's a new day. It's a new day to start my diet. It's a new day to get back on track. And I'm no different than anybody else. Over the weekend, I did stress a little bit because, I always say, point one is a loss, it's a loss. But, I'm like everybody else. I mean, I think I worked really hard just not to get just a point one. I know I always say, like any loss is a loss, which is true, any loss is a loss. But, like if you have a point one gain, you just say, well, I should have went to the bathroom. Well, it's the same thing as the point one loss. It's like, I was really, really good, and I know my body's got to catch up. But my goal for this month is to lose 7 pounds. And so far, I've lost 5.9. So I've only got 1.1 to go. And I'm going to do that this week. I really am. I'm not going to get discouraged. And it's a whole new week, a whole new beginning. I did my menu for the week. I know what I'm going to eat. I'm going to stay on track all week. I really am. And try to get that discouraging thought of just a point one. I mean, I'm not going to say only because it was a loss. And I preach that all the time. And it's like my mother always says, practice what you preach. But I'm like everybody else. It's like I've worked hard. And when you work hard, you want to see a better loss than that. But my one goal for this year is to go as many weeks as I can. When I first started in 2017. Well, yeah, it's December 31st, 2016, but I really consider that I started in 2017. I had a loss 8 weeks in a row. 8 weeks in a row, I had a loss every week. And that's my small mini goal for this year. And I like right about now, the 20th of the month, is like when people are starting to waver and think that, you know what, you all good intentions on January 1st, and now it's the 20th, and you're thinking, I don't know. Do I really want to keep following this plan? Yes, I do. I really do. I want to keep this mindset going. I don't want to feel discouraged. I really don't. I want to reach my goal. I know that I will not hit my 100-pound loss by Easter, and I know that you shouldn't say, I know, because like that's kind of a defeatist attitude. But in order to lose to get to 100 pounds, I have to lose over 2 pounds a week, 2.1. And that's just not going to happen. I mean, I have to be realistic about it. I'm older. Comes off slower. It's still coming off. Don't get me wrong. It's still coming off, but it's coming off slower. And I just know that my body, I was so good last week. I really thought. And yesterday I was having the blues and really dwelling on the fact that it was just 0.1. And I was really dwelling, and I'm thinking, you know what? I don't understand. I really don't understand. I was so good this week. I don't understand why. Well, then I went back and looked at my tracker. And then I realized, you know what? You're lucky you lost 0.1. You really are. Because I went on Saturday and I had Chinese and I had cake. And then on Sunday, I went out to eat, which I completely forgot about. I went out for breakfast, and I had an omelet with toast, and I had a large glass of milk with that, and then I had a regular dinner. I went out again on Tuesday, went to the Olive Garden, and actually brought home an extra bowl of soup, which is sodium-laden, and I had that too. So it's really like I ate out another day, because when I had the soup the next day. So, you know what? In a way, I was kind of lucky just to lose 0.1. So I really should stop thinking that. And I know a lot of times with my body that I'll follow up the following week. I'm not going to have the attitude that I had through the majority of 2019 is like, oh well, you had a really good loss one week, so you're going to have a gain the next week. I've got rid of that mentality. I really have. I've put that to the past. Now I have to get past the mentality of thinking that, like I deserve to have more. Your body's going to give you what you really do deserve. It really is, because you just have to keep your mind. My mind, I'm just waiting for my body to catch up with my mind, because I am not giving up. I know this kind of sounds like I'm kind of giving up. I am not giving up. Trust me, I am not giving up. I just know that it's going to be slow for me. The older I get, the slower it's going to be. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. It's going to happen for me. This is my year. I know this is my year. I know that in July I have a whole month planned of vacation time. It's going to be involving a lot of movement, and I'd like to lose at least 50 pounds by then. Maybe that's unrealistic, but I know that I want to lose some more weight so that I can be, that the person that they're not, they're not going to say, well, we got to wait for Sandy. We got to wait, or where's a park bench that I can sit down? I know that won't be happening, but if I don't get a crack-a-lackin', as I used to say, and I'm going to start saying again because I need to get a crack-a-lackin' and get back on track, and stop being my own worst enemy, and get that Sandy out of my head that keeps talking negative thoughts, because I'm going to do this. I really am. And the 20th of January or the 20th of December, it doesn't really matter. I am going to be focusing on eating healthy and not so consumed with my weight. I'm back to the point that I'm getting consumed by the weight, and that's not a healthy place to be. It really is not. When I was heavy, I didn't really focus on what I was eating and just ate, and obviously I gained weight, but I wasn't so focused on everything and so determined that I don't know. I can't even explain it. It's just, I just need to relax, chill out, enjoy the journey. Why stress along the way? It's not worth it. Enjoy the sights along the way is my thought now. And I know that I'm never going to go back to my old way of eating if I want to stay healthy. I know this. If I go back to my old way of eating, I'm going to be over 300 pounds again, and that is not going to happen for me. And I need to look at some pictures of myself again to remind myself how far I've come.
Me and Sandy, we're up to walk. I'm not really up.
Because even at point one, I had a loss, and I have to keep convincing myself of that. I had a loss, and that's all that really matters. So, we'll check out my food following now. I'll show you my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. Jim and I might go to the show today, but I'm not going to get anything at the show. We haven't decided yet. He's decided between going to the show and painting the basement. I know which one I would pick. But anyway, let's go, and I'll see you at breakfast. Okay, let's start our day off with our healthy breakfast. I'm going to have some oatmeal and some milk, and of course my water. I don't know if you can see I have a prayer on here. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean on your own understanding in a way, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. So, as always, I started my day with a prayer. Today is January 20th. My quote is from Winston Churchill. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Okay, point one, I don't want to lose enthusiasm, so I'm going to keep on going. So it's 23 points for the day. I have 5-point breakfast, 0 for my egg, banana, grapefruit tea, and water. 4 points for my half a cup of my oatmeal, and 1 point for my quarter cup of 2% milk. So it's a 5-point breakfast. Let's get on with the day. Let's get on to a 1.1 loss this week. Okay, for lunch I'm going to have a little bit of vegetables and fruit and some of my Nannan bread with my artichoke and jalapeno dip. I'm only counted it as 2 points because 3 points is for 2 full tablespoons. I have a tablespoon and a half, about a little over a tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon. So that's why I counted it for 2. Then some more water, cup of tea. So it's a 5-point lunch. 0 for my tomato, my cucumber, my berries, the sugar-free Jell-O, and the tea. 3 points for the 3 slices of the bread. And like I said, it's a little over a tablespoon. It's a heaping tablespoon of my dip, so I counted it as 2 points. It's 3 points if you have 2 tablespoons. So it's a 5-point lunch. Okay, we're going to have a chicken dinner with a little bit of stovetop, broccoli. It's a 11-point dinner, 3 points for 52 grams of stovetop, 2 points for my chicken breast because I marinate it with Italian dressing, 0 for my broccoli, 1 point for my lemonade and cranberry juice. I don't have a full cup of mashed potatoes, so I'm going to count it as 5 points. So it's 11 points. I still have 2 to carry over. And there's Jem.
Yep.
Okay, that's going to do it for me tonight. I stayed on plan all day. Just got to get a little bit more exercise in. I'm going to go down the basement now and do a little bit of walking. And just watch some TV tonight. So I'll see you guys in the morning. In the meantime, give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in the morning.